Welcome back to the Augustana Observers podcast. I'm your host, Dippi Sharma. In today's episode, I want to learn more about the Global Engagement Team at Augustana College. To learn more about it, I'm here with...
Hi, my name is Americus Mahat Shahi. I'm a senior at Augustana College, and I'm the co-president of the Global Engagement Team.
Great, so how are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
So, to start off, what is Global Engagement Team?
So the Global Engagement Team is a organization that promotes multicultural diversity at Augustana College. We were initially started out in 2016 by some of our alum that have already left Augie, but we came to a pause because of COVID in 2019, and we were inactive till like 2021. In fall of 2021, me at that time as vice president, and Noor Ulen, who's a graduate student now, she was the president at that time, and we revived GET in 2021. And yeah, we're going strong.
So what does the Global Engagement Team do?
So we plan cultural events on campus that are like either religious or spiritual holidays from different cultures. So some of our events include Diwali, Christmas. We recently added Bollywood Night to our list, which was a collaboration with MPB. We also do Iftar, Eid recently, Holi, and International Street Fest, which is our biggest event.
So why did you want to be a part of GET?
As an international student, I think I always searched for community at Augustana, and being a part of GET gave me the opportunity to kind of initiate that community. So yeah, that's why when I was asked to join the exec board of GET, I was really, really excited, and I said yes. Yeah.
And what do you enjoy about being a part of GET?
I think I really enjoy putting the events together, because at the end when people come to the event that we plan and have a really good time and come up to us and tell us that they felt like they went home for a little bit, or they really, really enjoyed the food, or they liked the performances, or they really think GET's events are really, really good. It feels really amazing that we were able to kind of be a part of their experience. And I think that's the best part about being in GET.
So what are the events that you have done so far? I have been a part of few, the Bollywood Night, Diwali, Eid. So what else have you planned for the rest of the semester?
So we do about 6 to 7 events a year, and now we have 2 left. So the last 2 events that are coming up are Holi, which is the Hindu Festival of Colors. You celebrated back home, so
yes.
Yeah. And we also have International Street Fest, which will be closing Diversity Week this year. And International Street Fest is this really our signature event, and it's basically geared towards bringing the entire international community together, and then it's a kind of a melting pot of all cultures, so that everybody can showcase what their culture is and teach others about their culture through experience. So yeah,
that's nice. So how does following up to that, how does GET work to bring together students?
So I think one of the ways that we bring together students is by teaching each other about these events. At Augie, there's a huge domestic body, and so is an international body. The international body is pretty big at Augie as well, and I think our events are almost this place where the domestic students can learn about the international students, and then the international students can kind of share their culture with the domestic students. So I think in that sense we're able to bring students and cultures together. Yeah, so I have been to a few GET events, and it really makes me feel at home. Diwali, it was super fun. Thank you.
We danced. You and me, we both danced.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good time. And what is one of your favorite events that has been organized by GET?
It's really hard to pick, because every event feels feels like our baby. You know what I mean? Because you put so much effort into every single one of the event that you plan, But I think my most favorite event to plan has and always will be International Street Fest, just because like it requires so much prep, and I know like it can sound stressful or like seem stressful because of the amount of prep that goes into it, but I think that event like really encompasses the whole meaning of global engagement team. So I feel like that is my favorite event to do on campus.
Since like you've talked so much about GED, like it seems so important to you. So like why is it important? Like to emphasize on how you started off.
I think to do any kind of event that is successful and like is a large scale event, you need good teamwork. And I think my group is really important to me because I know that we're all relying on each other. And even if one of us is amiss, like it's going to be hard to, run the event and get the event going. And that's why I feel like my team is really important to me. And we're also like all friends, so like it feels really nice to like work with friends and like put together this big event with your friends together and then like see how it turns out in the end and like, have like people know that like you did that event. So yeah.
Yeah, so like since you all are friends and a team, like what's something that you all believe in, like a core value or something?
I think the core value of GET, I think since we started out, like I feel like the core value of GET has been to be inclusive, because we believe that like it's really important to highlight like it's really important to like bring all these cultures to life at Augustana, so like I think we really believe in being inclusive. I think that is one of our biggest like core values.
That's good to know. So like you've been part of GEDSA for so long, so what are some like challenges that you face like throughout your journey?
I think the biggest challenge is I think the biggest challenge is waiting till the day of the event to see how many people turn up, because when you plan the event you're like, okay, maybe 100 people, maybe like 80 people, but like the day of the event, like they're like you don't know how many are really gonna show up, I'll tell you about this one instance. This was like our very first year as GET. Once we revived, it was like, so we revived in fall 2021, right? So we started with Diwali, did Christmas, really good turnouts for both events, moved on to do Iftar, collaboration with MSA, really good turnout. And then we did our very first celebration of Eid. We decided that we would have RSVP for that event. So we sent out RSVP, we looked and like there were like 150 people that RSVP'd. We're like, okay, 150 people are coming to our event because 150 RSVP'd, right? So we ordered food for 150 people, and there were only 10 people that showed up to our very first celebration of Eid.
Oh.
We were really, really shocked. Like we were like, how does that happen? Like 150 people RSVP'd and only 10 showed up.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that event was a really big, like, I guess, like, I don't know, it was like really anxiety inducing, like that event. And I think after that event's experience, like it goes on in our heads every event after that, like what if that happens again? Like what if you're expecting 100 people and like 10 show up and you got food for 100 but now you don't know what to do because there's only 10 people at your event? Like I think that was the hardest part, but I think it still taught us a lot, right? Because after that we got rid of RSVP. We were like, we're just gonna focus on robust promotion. We're not going to have RSVP. We're not going to ticket our events. Like we decided on that after that like incident, because I think that was like a really tough thing to go through the day of the event, because like it's already really hectic the day of the event, and then you see only 10 people and you're like, oh god, there's no way.
Yeah, plus it's so embarrassing because you put like so much effort into it.
Yeah, it's like when that happens you're just like, oh my god, what went wrong? Because you're like, did we not promote enough? But then you start calculating like wait, we did this to promote, but then why is there only 10 people? Why are like 50 people on the RSVP and only 10 show up? What happened? But yeah, I think those are things like out of control.
You can't really control who's gonna show up and who's not gonna show up.
Yeah, definitely. And I think like it also goes for like, so Get doesn't have like regular member meetings just because of how busy everybody's schedules are. And like because of the sheer amount of events that we do, it's really hard to have like meetings every week, but like group meetings every week. So it's also really hard to gauge how many group members will show up to the meeting, because we have about 71 members in Get, which is like a really big up from like 5 when we started, you know. But it's still like even when you do group meetings and stuff, you really have to be like, how many members are showing up? But then it's always like those consistent people that keep showing up, that, you know, make you feel like, yeah, you can rely on this group.
Plus like it depends on the day. It's on Thursdays, right?
Yeah, it really depends on the exec schedule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because like all of us have such busy schedules. Like I know like most of my execs have like 2 to 3 jobs. I myself have like 2 to 3 jobs on and off campus. Plus like we all have difficult classes. We're all like juniors to seniors, and like our schedule is really, really busy. And like because like exec has to do a lot of the internal administrative work, like whether it's like filing a contingency with SGA, making sure the locations are booked and all of that. Like there's so much to do that like there isn't time to be like, okay, every Friday this time I will be free.
Yeah.
You know? So like it's really like that has been a tough thing to navigate so far. And then plus like you have to like coordinating like when group members are free is also very difficult. Like we did this in the past where we would send out like time slot forms and ask members to be like, block off the time you're free, and then like we'll prepare a group meeting accordingly. But then even when we did that, like people wouldn't show up on the times that they had blocked out. So we were just like, you know, I think the best way to go about it is to do a meeting before an event. So like the week or 2 before an event, we'll do a meeting, we'll talk to our members about the event, we'll send out what we have to send out, and then we'll go accordingly. So that's what we've been doing.
Oh, that's nice, because I am a member of Get and I did not show up because like usually it's on Thursdays.
Yeah.
This semester, like Thursdays are my worst days. I have a meeting at 5:30. I have another one at 6, and then another one at 6:30, and I'm like, it just goes on and on and on.
Yeah.
Plus, like I feel like a lot of clubs have meetings on Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Yeah. Yeah. 'Cause I feel like Thursdays are such like they're like not super like academic heavy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like everybody's like class.
Yeah.
But then Thursday and Friday we're more like, okay, like we can, you know, we don't have to worry too much about classes. Like weekend is just not around the corner. Like it's almost Saturday. So like I think that's why like there's so much stuff going on Thursdays and Fridays. But yeah, that's how we go about our meetings. But you've come to our meetings, like I remember.
A few, I have showed up. So like, how do you feel like Get has grown up so much like over your tenure at Get? So like, how do you feel about that? Do you think it's still growing? Do you think it's a good thing, or would you like to change something?
I definitely think it's still growing. For Get, when we first started it, it was like my actual like friend group. Like it was like me and my 3 best friends. And like even our conversations when we were like having dinner or lunch together would be about Get. Like we would sit there and be like, oh, like we should do this or we should do that. Like we really, really like care about Get, because after its like dissolution, like after it was like stopped during COVID, like we had to really work hard to revive it. Our very first event that we did in 2021 was Diwali, and it was done by like 2 people on exec, me and my friend as president and vice president, and our like roommates. Like they were like the helping hand for us. But exec members, there were 2 exec members. Get started with 2 members, and our first event had a turnout of 120 people. And I think that really motivated us to like work harder to kind of like make the event successful, because after that like our events had consistently good turnout, and like it felt really good when people had a really good time at our event. So like for me, like being in Get for this long, it has simply been because I care a lot from within about this organization. Like I don't want this organization to end. I wanted to keep growing, and I wanted to like add more events, have bigger events, like do collaborations. Like I want it to be known on campus. Like I want people to say, oh yeah, that event is Gets, you know? Like I feel like I would like for that to happen. But yeah, I feel like you really have to care about the organization from within, and Get feels like home. So
Aw, that's cute. Because, yeah, Get does, like, a lot of events that are related to our culture. Like, it does Diwali, which is similar to where we come from, Nepal. And, well, Dosai was NSA.
Yeah.
But I feel like Get was a part of it as well. I'm not sure.
Get did Holi with NSA when we first did our Holi. But I think Dosai has been NSA's signature event so far. Yeah.
Yeah. But I am super excited for Holi because Holi was back home, like, I think almost a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I was actually looking at someone's YouTube video. It was a vlogger.
Yeah.
Season Vanya.
Oh, I love that guy.
And then he posted, like, I literally saw it last night. It was like he went to all the events, like Holi events.
Oh, yeah.
And since it's such a, like, big thing in Nepal, like every hotel had a new event and there were concerts all over and people were dancing, having fun, and it looked so good and it made me miss home so bad. And then today I saw the Holi poster and I was like, we're on it too. So I'm excited for that.
I know a lot of Nepali students like would just ask me in passing, like, is Get doing Holi? Like, isn't Get doing Holi? We thought Get did Holi.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, we're doing Holi, but then I was like, I don't want you guys to freeze.
Yeah.
You know, because like Holi back home was like March. Like, March, I think, like, 12th?
Yeah.
19th? Something like that.
Yeah.
It was
March
sometime
19th,
in March.
Yeah, it was in March.
And you know what it was like in March,
It
right?
was, like, snowing.
And I don't think we want to do a water, like, balloon fight and, like, playing with colors in Midwest weather in March. And on top of that, like, I think this is something I, like, clarify, like, every year when we do events is... Holi for the past couple years and maybe for like a few more years to come coincides with Ramadan, which is like the fasting month, which just recently ended like yesterday. But I feel like during that time, like a lot of the Muslim students were not able to participate in Holi because they can't eat the food during the day because our event's like before sundown, right? And like it's like they're tired from fasting all day too. So I feel like it made sense as like a college event and as something we want everybody to participate in to do it after Ramadan because we want people to come to the event and learn about Holi as well, you know. So that's one of the reasons why we decided to do it in April after Eid was over. And then the biggest reason was because we don't want anybody to get sick. And Midwest weather in March is not super Holi friendly. So I think hopefully, fingers crossed, the weather will be good.
Yes, it's been super sunny outside, super warm. I love the weather nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's all good. So anything else that you would like to tell the audience about Global Engagement Team?
Yeah, I would like to say whoever is interested, you know, to be a part of our events, to see how our events go, or they want to like help out, they want to join, anything, like feel free to always like reach out. Like we're super nice. I promise. Or I think. But we're super nice. You like always feel free to reach out. And like we'll make sure to the best of our abilities to listen to all of you guys' suggestions. If you guys have any events that you would like to see on campus that hasn't been done yet, you can always come to us. Like we are always willing to add more events, help out with more events, like anything at all.
Yeah, great. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you.